Hello, it's Gillian here. I wanted to share with you a little bit about the setup for online lessons. I've got to teach a lesson later on today, so I've come downstairs. I've just put my Chromebook actually on the piano because I refer to that. That's where my Google Docs are. So that'll be lesson notes from the last time I taught this student, which I've shared with him and he has had access to and has been working through. So that's all on my laptop. That helps me keep track of the lesson. I've got my piano set up well here, and that's all ready, and I've got all his music here for his grade 4 singing exam with the associated board. So I'm ready to go. When it's time for his lesson, I will put my Skype application on my tablet actually, which is on a music stand, and that's where I try to get it at a nice angle so that it's like he's just chatting to me. So when I know he's online and he's ready, I'll just tap in a little message and ask him if he's ready to start his lesson. And usually if there's a problem, that's when he'll tell me that he just needs a couple of minutes or he's a bit delayed, or sometimes it's his computer's misbehaving and he just needs a little bit more time. And that's fine. So as soon as he's ready, he gives me a ring, off we go, the lesson starts. It's a 45-minute lesson, which is quite long, but we're also looking at theory as well. So basically he's trying to learn the music theory, grade 1, and he completes pages on his own and then scans them and sends them to me, which I receive via the Dropbox folder that we share. And I will correct them and then talk through them with him. And I've just tried out something really new actually. I've tried making a sort of a presentation of it and using something called Office Mix. I'm actually have recorded me marking the sheets using a pen, so he can see what's wrong and hear me talking through why it's wrong. So we'll see how that goes. And then we do the songs. It works just like it does when I'm teaching somebody who's actually standing in front of me, and that in fact they would be standing about there, except there's one thing: I can't actually accompany on the piano in real time because there's always that slight delay and it just doesn't work. But the ABRSM provide backing tracks for their students, so they are very useful actually, the backing tracks. We work on the songs in isolation beforehand. I take my student through all the songs and teach him all the pitfalls, the bits of rhythms that might just trip him up, and he learns the songs in nice and thoroughly, slowly. And as we get towards exam time, then he might sing a whole song to me with the backing track, and I'll make notes, and then we'll stop. I'll tell him what I think, and then I might actually on the piano just play a few phrases and maybe sing to him what I'm suggesting, and then I'll give him the starting note and he will try singing back to me. So it's worked very well because for his grade 3 examination he got a distinction. He is an exceptional student and he feels okay about all the technology. He's not fazed by it at all. So even with oral tests, he has a subscription to a website that puts up oral tests, a series of them, and he methodically works through those on his own. But when we have a lesson and we're trying to work out, say, one or two of the tests might be a bit more tricky, then we actually share screens. He shares his screen with me and we work through the tests together. And it's ideal because I don't know what's coming, he doesn't know what's coming, so we can discuss the answers together, which is really good. So I think that learning singing, how to sing online, is really successful this way. It's fantastic to have the ability to teach somebody a really quality, good lesson from miles away. And I think we have probably a better connection and a better relationship online like this than we would do than if he came every week for a lesson in my studio. And that's because we can keep in touch in the meantime online. For example, last night was Sunday evening, and I noticed I was getting some notifications that there were changes being made to a Google document that I had created from his last lesson, and all it was telling me was that he was actually updating what he'd done, what he'd achieved since his last lesson. So I'm all ready and prepped for his lesson this evening, and we'll pick it up from there. So I think this is an excellent way of learning how to sing, and who would have thought? Anyway, thank you for watching. Bye.